Okay, so today we are going to chat about the very last section that you need for this whole entire unit. So just as a quick reminder for you guys, there is going to be a quiz on this Friday, and the quiz is going to cover like the side, angle, similarity stuff that we did yesterday. And then on Tuesday, you are going to have your Chapter 7 test. So that test is going to have dilations, it's going to have proportions on it, like finding the sides that match up, and then all of this stuff as well. So just as a quick reminder, these are your upcoming events, and then the good news is that after this Tuesday, we do have 3 days of Pythagorean Theorem, which is probably one of my favorites. And then it's spring break. We're so close, you guys. Okay, so today I'm going to try to make this short and sweet, which sometimes I get worried because I don't know if I make complete sense. So if this is confusing, please reach out. And you are going to be doing two days on this, but I want to power through notes today so that, well, number one, that way you don't have to watch a video tomorrow. So everything today, you're going to be solving for a variable. And basically, if you think about what we did last unit when we were, or last couple of sections when we were solving for like a variable, like in this situation, you set up a proportion. So like this over this equals this over this. Same thing's going to be true today. There's 3 different theorems, but basically the main thing is if you stay consistent with how you set up your fractions, you cannot mess these up. So the side splitters theorem, and I'm not even going to write this all out. I'm just going to talk you through it because that's going to take more time. So what the side splitter theorem says is that if you have a triangle and you have 2 parallel lines, this parallel line, what this one does is it cuts your triangle into proportional pieces. That means that this side AC and this side CE correspond to each other. So you would do AC over CE equals, and then because I did AC on top, I come back to this side, AB over BD. And then if I needed to solve, I could cross multiply. So let me show you a couple of examples. I don't want to do a ton, like I said, because I feel like it's going to be overkill for you because you are just setting up proportions. So like for this example 1, they want us to solve for X. So whenever you are finding X, set up that proportion, cross multiply and solve. So I do 2 over 4 equals, if I did 2 on top, I come over to the other side, X over 7. 2 over 4 equals X over 7. And then you just cross multiply. So do the butterfly thing. 4 times X is 4X equals 2 times 7 is 14. Divide by 4 and you get X to equal 3.5. That's it. Let me show you another one. Make it a little more difficult. We'll get some bigger numbers. So let's take a look at this one. So to solve for X, here's your parallel lines. So I do X over 18 equals, and then X was up here, so stay on that same side of the triangle, 56 over 21. Cross multiply, 21 times X is 21X equals 56 times 18. I don't expect you to do that in your head. You get 1008. And then you divide by 21. And 1008 divided by 21, you get X to equal 48. So I don't know how many more of these. I wish I could ask you, do you really need to see any more? Let's flip this note packet. And again, if you ever, I mean, we're at the end of the section, but if you ever want note packets, you need to let me know. I can always email them to you. You can print them out, or you could stop up and grab them from me. Let's take a look at this one right here, especially the next unit, guys. You're going to want a note packet, I would think. So for this one, again, here's your parallel line. So I do 30 over X plus 7 equals, and then 25 over 15. Now for this one, when you cross multiply, make sure you do 25 times X and you do 25 times 7. And then 30 times 15 is 450. Subtract 175. 25X equals 275. Divide by 25. And you get X to equal 11. So again, it's just making sure that you are staying consistent with how you set up your fractions. Like the only way to really mess this up is if you went 30 over x plus 7 and then 15 over 25. So you've just got to go, if you go top over bottom, you have to do top over bottom. You just have to stay consistent. You're going to hear me say that so much today. So the other theorem we're going to chat about today is called the side splitter theorem. And if you look at these examples of what you're going to be doing, you're doing the same thing that you did with the triangles, except for now you have a bunch of parallel lines cutting lined segments into proportional pieces. But you do the same thing that we just did up top. Stay consistent. So if I do 45 over 18, if I do top over bottom, I come over here, I have to do top over bottom, 52 over x. You can't, well, you can mess these up, but it's almost impossible. 45 times x is 45x equals 18 times 52 is 936. And then divide by 45. You do get a decimal, don't freak out. You get x to be 20.8. And that's it. I'm not even going to bother showing you that one because it's basically set up the same way. Let's look at number 12 on the next page. Just keep powering through examples. So I do like this one. So here, we'll do x over 27, x over 27 equals, so x over 27 equals, this is going to correspond to this side, this length right here. I don't have that length, but they tell me that from here to here is 32. They also tell me that here from here is 18. So if the entire length is 32 and this little chunk right here is 18, if I take 32 minus 18, I find that that is 14. So if I did x over 27, I'm going to do 14 over 18. So maybe you have to solve for a little chunk. So cross multiply, you get 18x equals 27 times 14 is 378, and then divide by 18. And you get x to equal 21. Okay, so there's those two. Again, just stay consistent with how you set them up. The last one for today, wow, I really thought this was going to be a longer video. This is good for you guys. The last one for today is a triangle angle bisector theorem. And same thing, your angle bisectors cut your triangle into proportional pieces. Now for these ones, you may set them up a little bit different than me, and that's okay. But as long as you stay consistent, you can't mess these up. So I actually want to show you, because we do have a little bit of time. I know some of you are going to be annoyed, but that's okay. I do want to show you that you really can't mess this up. So let's say I want to solve for x. I'm going to do x over 7 equals, so I did x over 7, so I did bottom over top, 3.5 over 2. So I'm going to cross multiply. X times 2 is 2x equals 7 times 3.5 is 24.5, and then divide by 2. And you get x to equal 12.25. So let's say I set this up a little different. So this one I did x over 7, this over this. Let's say now I take x over 3.5. So I did, we'll say like bottom over right, or like I did this side over this side. So the corresponding side to this one would be this one, 7 over, and then the corresponding side to this side would be the 2. So now cross multiply, and again I get 2x equals 24.5 divide by 2, and you get 12.25. So what that hopefully shows you is you cannot mess these up if you stay consistent with how you set up your proportions. Just for fun, we'll do this last one as well because there is a little bit more to it. So to find the value of x, we're going to set up our proportion. So I'm going to do left over right equals left over right. So 3x plus 3 is going to correspond to the 18. I did left over right, so I'm going to do left 3x minus 7 over right, which is 12. Now this one you will have to cross multiply, and you will have variables on both sides. Don't freak out. So cross multiply, and you get 36x plus 36 equals 54x minus 126. So then bring the 36x over to the right, bring the add 126 over to the left, and you get 162 equals 18x, and then divide by 18. And this just wants the value of x, and x you get to be 9. Then what they want you to do is plug it back in. So GH is 3x plus 3, so 3 times 9 plus 3. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 3 is 30. GK is 3 times x, which is 9, minus 7. 3 times 9 is 27. 27 minus 7 is 20. So that is everything for this section. I was going to break it up into 2 days, but I think that you guys will be okay with this. So today and tomorrow we will be covering this, but tomorrow you don't have a video now. Any issues, comments, concerns, questions, please make sure you reach out, and hopefully I can answer those questions for you.